I simply quickly glanced through the archives to see what I had written about the S3 over 4 years ago. By the way, this does not prove that the pre-facelift was a dull bait that gets forgotten faster than results from a European Football Championship preliminary round, since the test conclusion at the time was not negative at all. Wagner described the chassis balance as surprisingly lively in 2020. The retort would go, but he really got carried away, from the complainers. Because an S3 has historically been viewed as a bit of a bourgeois sports vehicle that accelerates quickly but understeers into the boring hot hatch wasteland. I was, at least, still inclined to describe the steering as insensitive. Still, I stand by my statement that the 8Y internal A3 code since 2020 wasn't all that horrible. And with the S3 makeover, the always a little boring Haldex all-wheel drive was dropped in favor of a torque splitter, so things should be much better now. The torque splitter, which has 2 multi-disc clutches on the back axle, is already familiar to us from the VW Golf R and the RS3. We therefore understand that this is excellent news. Now let's get going. Will the S3 turn into an enjoyable package at last? Try it. It's possible that you've seen the latest updates for the Audi S3 and A3. There aren't many new features on the A3, however the S3 has seen significant updates, mostly with regard to technology. I've already spoken about the updated torque splitter. Its rear-wheel distribution of the power transferred from the front to the rear is highly variable. If all goes according to plan, which it always does, even with the VW Tiguan R, driving should become considerably more fun and agile. Power-wise, the vehicle has surpassed the Golf R. It translates to 333 horsepower and 420 Nm of torque. 20 Nm and 23 horsepower greater than previously. Now, it takes 4.7 seconds instead of 0.1 seconds to go from 0 to 100 km per hour. 250 km per hour is the maximum speed. The fact that the 2-liter TFSI now has more power may be even more significant than the additional horsepower. That's what Audi claims, anyway. The turbocharger, which is currently maintained at speed in the partial load range, is preloaded in order to do this. In addition, the engine speed in Gear D is raised at partial load, the shift durations at full load are halved, and the starting torque of the 7-speed dual-clutch transmission is increased.